Hi friends, happy Friday. Welcome back to our read aloud for today. Today for our read aloud, we are going to continue working on making inferences. When we make inferences, we make connections to our own life and we draw from our schema to make connections to our own life, and we use clues from the text to help us understand the story better. So today we're going to read Knuffle Bunny Free. So this is the third Knuffle Bunny book. Knuffle Bunny, not three though. They say the word free. So we're going to see what happens. It says An Unexpected Diversion by Mo Willems. And again, we have Mr. or Miss Knuffle Bunny with us right here. So we're going to put Knuffle Bunny right over here to read our story, Knuffle Bunny Free, with us while we make inferences. So let's take a look. Whoop, look at Knuffle Bunny flying in the air. And here's our title page, Knuffle Bunny Free. And again, our pictures from where Mom and Dad got married, had cute little Trixie, went somewhere with Trixie. It looks like they bought their first house maybe, and then gave Trixie her first Knuffle Bunny. Trixie made her first best friend besides Knuffle Bunny. Do you remember her name? Sonia. And now there's a picture of Trixie and Knuffle Bunny. Let's see what they are up to in this story. And here's where our story begins. One day, not so long ago, Trixie took a big trip with her family. They were on their way to visit Trixie's Oma and Opa in Holland. Holland is very far away. So her Oma and Opa are her grandma and grandpa in a country that's not America, but called Holland. So that meant taking a taxi to the airport, waiting in line, and watching Knuffle Bunny go through a big machine. There was some more waiting, and then finally getting on to a real airplane. Raise the roof if you guys have been on an airplane before. Ooh, so cool. On the plane, Trixie played and read. Look at the book she's reading. Piggy and Elephant. And she slept. Before she knew it, the plane had landed. Trixie and her family left the airport and got onto a train to go to Oma and Opa's house. The sign says, "Welcome, Trixie." Oma and Opa were so happy to see Trixie. Soon, Oma and Trixie were drinking cold glasses of chocolate milk in the garden. But suddenly, Trixie realized something. Trixie didn't tell her daddy that Knuffle Bunny was gone. She didn't have to. All she did was walk up to him and look at him with a scared, worried face, and he realized, not again. Trixie's daddy called the airline and asked them to look for Knuffle Bunny on the plane. But the plane had left for China. China is very far away. Look at Trixie's eyeballs. Now she's really worried. Trixie's daddy told the story of when he was a little boy and said goodbye to his special Lammy. Trixie's mommy hugged her and asked her to be brave. Oma gave Trixie another glass of chocolate milk and remarked on how big she was getting. Trixie understood. She was getting bigger. Even if she wished she wasn't. The next morning, Trixie tried to enjoy going to the cafe, and the swings in the playground, and the carnival that was in town. Look at all the fun things that she got to do. And while the whole week was filled with fun things like eating French fries on the street and visiting real windmills and feeding the ducks, here's the windmill feeding the ducks. Trixie was still sad. She missed her Knuffle Bunny. Oma and Opa understood. Oma and Opa came up with a plan. So they're trying to solve Trixie's problem for her. That night, they had a surprise for Trixie. A brand new, top of the line, Funny Bunny Oney doll Extreme. It could walk. It could speak in Dutch. It could dance. But it couldn't make Trixie feel any better. Trixie was sure that she wouldn't be able to sleep another night in a strange bed without her Knuffle Bunny. But before she knew it, she was dreaming. So here's what we saw at the beginning of our story, Knuffle Bunny flying through the air. So let's see what her dream is. Look how long the page is. She dreamed of Knuffle Bunny in all the places he would visit. So we know now, Knuffle Bunny is a boy. Get the setting, all those different places. She dreamed of all the children Knuffle Bunny would meet. She dreamed of how Knuffle Bunny would make them feel better. So this is an extra long page to show all the things that she's dreaming about. The next morning, Trixie felt better. Trixie had a big breakfast and played with Oma on the playground swings. She even tried a sip of Opa's coffee at the cafe. Does it look like she liked it? No, she's making a funny face. It was a great day. Before she knew it, the trip was over and it was time to go home. Trixie hugged Oma and Opa as hard as she could. Then Trixie and her family got back onto the train and back onto the plane. Where do you think they're going? Back home. We can infer that they're leaving to go back home. Whoops. Skip a page. And they listened to the crying baby as the plane lifted off. Wah. So look how Trixie's sitting in front of this baby that's just crying and not happy. But can you believe it? Right there on that very plane, Trixie noticed something. Look closely. Look how excited she is. And look what she's looking at inside that pouch. I can make an inference that that might be Knuffle Bunny, the way that she's acting and the color of it. Knuffle Bunny! My inference was correct. Trixie was so happy to have Knuffle Bunny back in her arms. Wah! Look at the baby crying back there still. Trixie turned around and said, "Would your baby like my Knuffle Bunny?" Really? Really? Asked the baby's mother. Really? Asked Trixie's daddy. Really? Asked Trixie's mommy. Blaggle plaggy? Asked the baby. Really, said Trixie. She was big enough. The baby was happy, and the baby's mother was thankful. Trixie's parents were proud, and the other passengers were very relieved. We can make two inferences as readers on this page. We see the baby's happy now. I can infer that the baby's happy because it has a little stuffed animal. And the other inference is that all the people are happy because the baby stopped crying. And that is how, a few weeks later, Trixie received her very first letter. Dear Trixie, how are you? How are you doing? The rest of the letter is not there, but we can infer that the letter is from the little baby's parents who Trixie gave her Knuffle Bunny to. And the back of her shirt says, "The End." And then it says, "A note to Trixie. Trixie, I hope to watch you grow up, fall in love, start a family and be happy. And I hope that one day, many years from now, you will receive a package." From an old pen pal. Love, Daddy. So now we can infer as readers that the last few pages, Trixie is all grown up, and she goes through the same stages of life that her parents do. And she's reading a note from her dad, who sent Nuffle Bunny for Trixie's baby when she had a family. What a great story. Great job making inferences. Our Nuffle Bunny stories are great stories to help us make inferences, because as readers, we use clues from the text and the words to help us understand it better. So, great job, friends. That is our last Read Aloud for the week. We will see you again next week for your Read Alouds. Have a great weekend.